Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, The Corporate Socialite Budgets. And this week I will be budgeting paycheck number 2 of August. As most of you may know, I use the app You Need a Budget, or YNAB, in order to manage my money, pay down consumer debts, and really to make sure I pay my bills on time. So I do want to tap into my financial goals. I don't think I've discussed that yet on this channel. So I'm currently rebuilding my emergency fund. I did mention before that I depleted my emergency fund upon moving. So I do want to rebuild that back up to a basis of $1,000 before I move over to my next goal. So the next goal would be to be 1 month ahead in my expenses, meaning that the money that I bring in will go towards next month's bills versus what I'm currently doing, which is kind of on a paycheck to paycheck cycle, where the money that I'm currently bringing in is going towards the current bills that I have. So that is my next goal. And I have done a little bit of research and I've realized that it does take quite a while to get there. So I've seen like 4 to 6 to maybe even 8 months or so to get in the 1 month ahead cycle. But that is goal number 2. And I will still be building towards my emergency fund during then, but I do want to be as aggressive as I can be now towards the emergency fund before moving to that next milestone. And then milestone or goal number 3 would be to pay down or pay off my credit cards. So I haven't disclosed yet either the balances of the 4 credit cards that I have. So my Discover card has the biggest balance, and that is a card that I've received during my first year of college. They would incrementally increase the credit line, and I would incrementally spend towards the credit line. So at this point, it has a balance of about $2,000. And I want to eventually pay that off or just pay it where I can use it properly, which is to gain the rewards that come from this credit card and pay whatever transactions I make on it right away. And honestly, I would like to do that with all of the cards. So the next one is my Capital One card. So this card has about a $300 balance remaining on it. So I do want to go ahead and knock that down since it is a smaller balance. And then Ashley Furniture has about a $150 line on it. I did mention that I did buy a sofa on this card. This is my mom's card. And the sofa was about $400. I'm very sure that I've already spent $400 towards this bill, it seems. So I'm sure that it's really the interest that is killing me at this point. So I do want to go ahead and knock that down. This one is the smallest balance because the Fifth Third credit card, I believe, has about $180 or so of a balance. So eventually, once I get past the emergency fund rebuild, the 1 month ahead expense milestone, I want to go ahead and simultaneously pay down my credit cards. So I'm actively paying them down as far as the interest charges that accrue each month, as well as the minimum balance. So I will go ahead and get a lot more aggressive towards those once I pass the emergency fund rebuild to that initial threshold of the $1,000 mark. Hopefully knock that out in a span of however long it takes. So we can go ahead and move towards the budget with me portion of the video. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my emergency fund. Or this pay week, it is increased a little bit by about $60 or so. I did go ahead and cash in on a stock that I was investing in on the Robinhood app. So I went ahead and cashed out of that stock and got about $60 deposited into my bank account. And I left a little bit of money on that app and reinvested into different stocks. So I'm going to throw in the money from Robinhood as well as my $100 into my emergency fund before I go ahead and move to any other bills. And as you can see, my emergency fund even tells me to fund it first. So I'm going to go ahead and add in 160 here. So I'm getting close to that $1,000 threshold before I can move toward any other goals. So I am actively tracking that on my fridge as well as through YNAB and my phone, all things, because I do want to not live on such a razor sharp edge anymore. Okay, so let's move over to the credit card payments, and then I'll go down to a baddie with bills, which houses my essentials. So this month, my Ashley Furniture minimum is $34. I'm going to go ahead and round up to the $40 just so it can be an even number on the budget. And then the Fifth Third credit card is the same $34 minimum. I'm going to do $40 as well there. All right, so those are my credit cards that are currently due. So right now I'm budgeting bills from the 20th of August up until September 3rd. So all those bills that fall during those specific dates, I will go ahead and fund within my budget. I will actually have another paycheck before my rent is due, but I do want to go ahead and reserve a little bit of money, and I will have some money already set aside. So I'm going to just add in $300 for now, and then I'll probably come back if necessary. I think I might actually come back. All right. Okay, so the 23rd. For our last paycheck, I did go ahead and budget in $300, and I paid that directly to the dealer, and now I have to pay it pretty much again because I was a month behind on my car note. Hopefully when I pay it now, I can be back on track. So it's $340. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in. My auto insurance this month is $188.72. Renter's insurance is $17.42. Baddie on the bus, I'm going to go ahead and budget in another $16. So the $50 last week for groceries was very tight. I'm going to go ahead and budget in $65 for this pay week. Laundry, I did laundry today, so I did spend $10 toward that. So I'm going to add that in. And then I gas to my car as well, and I spent $20.01. Very close to the $20 mark, but not close enough. Okay. So those are my essential bills. All right, true expenses, and these are my subscriptions as well as credit card interest charges. So my Ashley interest charge will be approximately $4 this month, or really for the 2nd of September. So how I determine my credit card interest charges is based on what I was charged the month prior. So I look in to see how much I was charged the month before, and I just budget in that exact amount because I know that it will more than likely be less if I paid down on the card. So this month I'm going to add in $4, and then my Fifth Third card is usually always $1, so I'm just going to add in that $1 here. So let's move to anything from the 21st to the 3rd. So iCloud subscription, what I'm going to do here is just check all of these, and I'm going to allow YNAB to auto assign those. The true expenses are the only thing that I allow YNAB to auto assign just because I can't currently handle YNAB auto assigning all of my categories because I will kind of go crazy. So I'm going to just do that for these 5 here. So I'm going to do spent last month. All right, that was actually a decent little chunk. And also there is a gift that I need to go ahead and send one of the ladies in my sorority that I promised I would have sent out. And I already have the gift. I just need to send it out. So I'm really paying for postage. So I'm going to budget in $20 here. I'm hoping that it is $20 or hopefully less. But I'm going to budget in $20 for now. All right, and those are my true expenses. All right, let's move to debt payments. I'm now on the fourth payment of both of those expenses. So I'm going to just add in what is due, and hopefully I can be rid of this of these services. They do come in handy, but I can say that it's very easy to take advantage of them and overspend using them. So I do want to limit myself on how much I use these services. All right, so that's how much I owe these. All right, and I'm going to come back because I do want to start contributing to my Cash App paydown. I did mention the story behind this category in my last video. So I'll circle back to the Cash App paydown after I fund the other categories. All right, so I've done my emergency fund. I've mentioned before that my boyfriend is coming to visit at the end of September, more so early October. So I do want to start saving towards that so I can have spending money when he's here. So I'm going to just add in $50 for now into my jet setting sinking fund. And also at the end of September, one of my friends is having a birthday. And she's not planning to do anything extravagant to my knowledge at this moment. And that can obviously change because my friends like to do things kind of at the last minute. So I'm going to just budget in $15 towards her gift. And it would just be contingent on what she plans to do. But as of now, there aren't any plans. But I do want to have money set aside to send her a gift when her birthday does come. So let's put $15 into there. And interest paid in, I just use this category to keep tabs of how much interest that I've received from my high yield savings and checkings accounts. So I'm going to just move this money directly to my emergency fund. Not that it matters too much, but more so for aesthetic purposes. Okay. And just for fun, okay. So last week I did budget in about $200 towards my fun money category. And I think this week I'm going to have to be a little bit more stringent towards this category because I did have some bills that were out of whack this pay period. So I'm going to really just give myself $65 to have as fun money. I have about $30 left. And I'm going to just take a quick look at my baddie with bills category group. I kind of want to put the $30 into rent to have it on reserve, but I do need to go and actively pay down my Cash App card. It's like the last couple of dollars make the biggest difference. And I don't know, I think I should just do the right thing and put it towards my Cash App. And then I will be about $30 closer to paying that down. Okay, let's just do that. I'm going to put the 34 there. Okay. And I have 48 cents left to play with. Great. So I'm going to just add that to my rent. Why not? All right. So all of my money has been assigned. I really appreciate everyone's feedback, comments, or suggestions that you may have toward my budget or even toward my financial goals. So if you can leave that down below, I will greatly appreciate that. And I look forward to making another video. Thank you guys.